So one night I was just laying in bed, as we're all supposed to do, and I was watching some YouTube videos just kinda chilling out. And I noticed that Uncommentated Pannen uploaded. So I watched the video and then saw a couple more after that. This is one of my favorite analysis channels. I love how far him and the task community will go just to discover new tricks to save on pesky A-presses. Then in recommended, I came across the 19 remaining A-presses and watched it for a second time, and totally forgot about a weird glitch that was found in the Wii version of Super Mario 64. For whatever reason, these oscillating platforms rise very, very slowly. This is used to save an A-press, but it likely won't matter much in the grand scheme of things since more A-presses are saved in the original Japanese version of the game. The idea of leaving a game running for several days just to see some platforms rise up sounds like a fantastic use of time, but what if we took that idea further? Could these platforms possibly raise all the way to the top of the stage? Would they get stuck on the platforms above it or phase through? That's what I wanted to find out. So there was a lot of waiting around for time to pass, and one of the things I did was play Darkfire Heroes, today's sponsor. Brought to you by the makers of Angry Birds, Darkfire Heroes is a free-to-play RPG where you'll collect epic heroes, set teams, devise a strategy, and save the realm in peril. What I really like about this game is the options to autoplay and speed up the gameplay. I can leave it running and check up on it while working on other things at the same time. You've got more than 50 heroes to collect, real-time PvP arenas to fight in, and of course plenty of chests to find with generous amounts of loot. On top of that are monthly live events, you can upgrade all the heroes and spells, and combat is easy as you'll just drag an attack out onto the field to use it. Plus, they keep adding new levels and enriching the lore every month. Click the link below to download Darkfire Heroes today. Thanks so much for the support, and now, back to this ridiculous Mario 64 experiment. So, I was originally going to run this game on actual Wii hardware. After some technical difficulties, I got the game running and played up to 30 stars, only to discover that the two backup capture cards made a deliberate decision to not work. Now, look, I've got a PCIe capture card installed on my main PC, but I need to leave this game running for a long time, so I had no choice but to use my backup PC or backup laptop. And for whatever reason, the capture card would not work on either of my extra PCs. I tried swapping out USB cables, the HDMIs, I tried 2 different pieces of software from Elgato, but it was throwing a tantrum and simply didn't work. So I fired up Dolphin instead and pulled up an old save file with enough stars. From there, I headed right into Bowser in the Fire Sea, and after about 20 seconds, I stood on the oscillating platforms and that's it. Now I just have to wait. And let's keep in mind, I'm not going to be speeding up my game or anything. No, I am literally, in real time, going to wait for these platforms to rise up. It's going to be hard to keep up with checking on the progress when I've got other things to do in my life, but I'll keep you updated as I can. As of right now, the platforms are operating completely normally, so there isn't much to see. But not even 2 hours later, you can tell there's already a bit of a difference. The lava is still touching the platforms, but it's much less than before. I also got vaccinated on the day I started this experiment, so I really didn't have the energy to do much else. 3 hours in, and we have completely left the surface of the lava. You know what's really funny about this whole thing is that there's a very real chance that people have gotten stuck on this stage naturally, left their game running overnight, only to run into this glitch several hours later. After 19 hours, the platforms have almost reached the top of the gray platform. Something I definitely didn't want happening was this bully sneaking up on me when I wasn't looking and knocking Mario into the lava, so I took care of him before that had a chance of happening. After a full day, the platforms now go slightly above the gray platform. And funny enough, the Goomba way back there could potentially be a threat in a few days. If it notices Mario when I'm not actively playing, we could theoretically die from it, so I'll have to take it out later. And lo and behold, only 22 hours later, and we're almost at the same height as the Goomba. I thought it would take a lot longer to get this high, but no, these platforms are moving much quicker than I anticipated. At this point, I'm just morbidly curious how high up I can get. On our second day, we've already passed the level that the Goomba was at. So yeah, I kinda just forgot to take him out, to be honest, so the Goomba lives on, congratulations, be happy. I looked up above and it didn't seem like it was going to be that long before getting to the top. Will we pass through the second level or will we get stuck? I really want to know. Later that day, I wanted to showcase just how high this platform has gotten. And as you can see, it takes a triple jump to get up top, which is nuts. And interestingly, I can just warp from the bottom up to the top since there isn't any collision on the bottom. Or at least that's what I can assume is happening. I don't know for sure. I also wanted to test if this platform would reset itself by despawning it. And I think I went far enough away to despawn the platform, but I came back and it was still floating high in the air. Or maybe it just never despawns. I don't know, man. I'm just having a good time over here reporting what I see, okay? On day 3, I looked up again, and honestly, it doesn't look like we're any closer to the second level. I'm only just realizing how long it's going to take to get up here, and I'm ready for it, because if there's one thing I'm good at, it's patience. On day 4, it's getting increasingly difficult to reach these platforms without a well-timed triple jump dive, so I'm soon going to be forced to just live up here, with nothing to do but wait, and wait. Almost 5 days later, the second level is starting to get a lot bigger and looks a lot closer. I so badly want to know what's going to happen when we get to the top. Honestly, I'm really hoping that we clip through everything and touch the skybox. That would make my day. Approaching day 6, I am too scared to jump off now. I must stay on here for dear life as I don't have many other options. In almost a week in, we're getting really close to the yellow girders. This was of course used to save an A-press in Pannen's video, but I'll just be using it as a unit of reference for how high up we're getting. Another 2 days goes by, and our platform is almost on the same level as the elevator. My next goal is to triple jump and touch the ceiling. I'm curious if I'll phase through the black platform or not, but I'm not anywhere close to that point yet. Once we almost reach day 12, I look around and see how things are going. The ceiling is looking closer than ever, and the floor below me looks so tiny. And you know, it's kind of ominous in a weird way. I'm not supposed to be here, but there's something really thrilling about it, especially since anyone can technically do this. You just have to wait around for several days. 2 more days passed, and finally, my triple jump touched the ceiling. So that's kind of neat, but I wasn't passing through, so that means there's collision. And that could mean bad news when these platforms touch the top. I'm kind of surprised there even is collision, since normally nobody has any way of getting up here. But 2 weeks in, and triple jumps are getting shorter and shorter. There's not much to do up here now. In fact, I'm wondering if I should even stay up top. I'm gonna eventually get squished or fall through the oscillating platforms, so I'll have to find another method to keep this platform moving up. On day 17, single jumps touch the ceiling, and I'm almost feeling claustrophobic at this point. Is that weird? It's a little weird, but I have to get down and find another way, and I think I know just what to do. When I got 3 weeks in, I decided to finally jump off the platforms. After spending almost 2 weeks trapped up here, it was time for the next step. And that next step was standing on this tiny ledge and waiting to see what would happen. The moment of truth is among us. Will we be sent to the sky, or will the game crash? Yeah, the game crashed. I know, a little anticlimactic, but unfortunately, that's just what happens when an oscillating platform touches another object apparently. Or maybe Mario just fell into an eternal sleep. He was napping for 6 days straight, so that's very possible. Okay, bye.